Dear students, we have completed the Merchant of Venice through the important passages and some of the questions regarding the play. Now we move towards the another comedy play that has also been prescribed in your syllabus. BA part 3rd, and after the Merchant of Venice you have the Playboy of the Western world. This is the play, comedy play, we can say, written by James Synge. Before we go with the introduction of the play and the important passages of the play, in this lecture of today, we shall go with only the introduction about the poet, about his life and about his works, as well as a little about his ideas and thoughts. So let's begin. The full name of James Synge is Edmund John Millington Synge. He was born on 16 April 1871 and died on 24th March 1909. It means he remained alive only for 38 years. So very small span of his life. Very short life he lived. Even then, he did the great works. He wrought the great things which are popular all around the world, and we have been reading them, we are analyzing them, and we are learning from them also. He was an Irish playwright, poet. He was prose writer. He was travel writer, and collector of folklores. So a versatile personality in different fields. Not only playwright, but poet also. He has also written some prose writing and travel writer, that is he has written about the traveling, and he has also written the folklores, that is of Ireland, the songs, local songs. Key figure, he was a key figure in the Irish literary revival. So the Irish literary revival took place at that time, and he also remained the key figure, key personality so far regarding this literary movement. So one of the co-founder of the Abbey Theatre. So Abbey Theatre was the part of this revival movement, and Synge was the co-founder of this theatre, this society. He is best known for his plays like the Playboy of the Western world. This is one, we can say this is the famous play ever written by him. And for this play, he is well known all around the world. And because this play also created controversy at the time, and it also caused riots in Dublin during its opening run at the Abbey Theatre. So when it was first staged, it was played on the stage in Abbey Theatre, it caused riots in Ireland, in Dublin. Therefore, Synge, James Synge, became popular all around the world. Although he came from a privileged Anglo-Irish background, but his writings are mainly concerned with the world of Catholic peasants of rural Ireland. So he himself belonged to some aristocratic family, but his writings are very different. They are based on peasants, on farmers of the countryside, countryside Ireland. His focus is on the countryside, on the rural side, and with what he saw as the essential paganism of their world view. So we study in his plays, in his writings about those people who live in rural areas and what they think, what are their ideas, and what are their problems. He has discussed through his plays. He developed an Hodgkin's disease, that is a kind of metastatic cancer, and this was untreatable, and that's why we know that he remained only for 38 years old. He died very young. He died several weeks short of his 38th birthday, as I have already spoken to you, as he was trying to complete his last play, Deirdre of Sorrows. This was his last play, and it could not be completed because of his death. He was born in Newtown, Willas, that is Rath Farnham, County Dublin, on 16th April 1871. He was the youngest son in a family of 8 children. So they were the 8 children in their family, and he was the youngest son of his family. His parents were members of Protestants, upper middle class, as we have already seen. His father, John H. Synge, that is J.H. Synge, he was a barrister. He also came from a family of landed gentry, that is, we can say, some sophisticated family in Glamore, Cashel, County Wicklow. His father contracted smallpox. So his father also suffered a disease, and therefore he also died at very early. That is, at the age of 49, his father was also died due to the smallpox disease. In 1872, when James Synge was only 1 year old, and his father died on the day when James Synge's first birthday was there, his son's first birthday. So, therefore, Synge's mother moved the family, took all the children to the house next door to her mother's house in Rutger, County Dublin, because there was no one else to look after her and her children. Therefore, she went to her mother's house in Dublin. Synge also remained often ill, but he had a happy childhood there. That is, his brought up was happier than the other children of his family. He was educated privately at schools in Dublin and Bray, and then later he studied. He learned piano, flute, violin, music theory, and counterpoint at the Royal Irish Academy of Music. That is, he was very much interested in music, and he wanted to join the company of the music. He wanted to become a singer. So he traveled to the continent to study music, but then he changed his mind and decided to focus on literature, because he was very shy. He was shy to stand on the stage and act on the stage. Therefore, he changed his line and he moved towards the literature, to focus on the literature. He was a talented student, no doubt. He also won a scholarship in counterpoint in 1891. In 1889, when he was only 18 years old, He entered into Trinity College, Dublin, and there he got his bachelor degree, that is graduation degree, in 1892. He studied Irish, Hebrew languages, as well as he also continued learning his music studies and playing with the academy orchestra in ancient concert rooms. So he also joined the music, continued the music studies, as well as he also tried to play, tried to act. That is, he also wanted to do the job of acting in academic orchestra. But as I told you that he was shy and therefore he could not continue that. Between November 1889 and 1894, he took private music lessons with Robert Prescott Stewart. After graduation, Synge decided that he wanted to be a professional musician. So after having taken the complete study or the knowledge of music, then he wanted to become a professional musician and went to Germany to study music again. He stayed in Koblenz during 1893 and moved to Wolfsburg in January 1894. But as I told you, that partly he was shy about performing in public. He was very shy, and partly because of doubt about his ability. So he also doubted his own ability, whether he would be able to perform the action or he would be able to act upon the stage or not. So such things were in his mind. And another thing, that was the shyness, because of the hesitation, because of the shyness, he could not continue this job, and then he decided to abandon the music. He decided to leave the music, and then he pursued for his literary interests. That is, he focused on the literature. He returned to Ireland in June 1894 from Germany, and then he moved to Paris in January 1895 in order to study literature. So he went to France. So there he studied language and literature at Sorbonne. Okay. In 1896, he visited Italy to study the language for a time before returning to Paris. So in this way, his study life remained very good. He was very curious, very eager to get the knowledge. So how he got the knowledge of the music, how he got the knowledge of performing plays, acting. He wanted to become the actor. But since there were two problems with him, one that was the shyness, and the other that he was not confident. Therefore, he changed his course of life and focused on literature. Then he also met that year with W.B. Yeats, who encouraged him to live for a while in Aran Islands and then return to Dublin and devote himself to creative work. That year he also joined with Yeats, Augusta, Lady Georgery and George William Russell to form the Irish National Theatre Society, which later established the Abbey Theatre, which we have already discussed. And through Abbey Theatre, he was well known. His familiarity and popularity became worldwide. So this was a little about his life span that he lived. Now we shall see some of his chief works that he has written. I have only listed them with their date of publication. So he has written plays as well as verse and prose. So first we see the plays. Very important and famous play, that is Rider to the Sea, which was published in 1903, and it is one act play. There is only one act. So it is a small short play, one act play, but very interesting and important one. The Shadow of Glen, which was published in 1905. This is also one act play. The Vale of the Saints, which also published in 1905. This is the long one. It is a 3-act play. And in 1907, The Playboy of the Western World was published, which is again a 3-act play, which we are going to study through our lectures, through our videos and PDFs. Since it is in our syllabus, we have to do it. Then another play, that is The Tinker's Wedding, which published in 1908. This is 2-act play. And then Dearder of the Sorrows, which we have already come to know that it was the incompleted play because of his death. So it was also it was also published in 1910. When the Moon Has Set, this is another play which first published in the Collected Works of Sins in 1968. Very late. This is very late. And then we have the verse writing, that is the Poems and Translation. It also published, where we have some poems as well as some translated works. He has written some prose, that is we have discussed very early, just now, that is the Aran Islands, which published in 1907, and Notebooks, that is an autobiographical work. So in this way we see that in such a short span of life he did great. So far the literature, the field of the literature and language is concerned. He has written 1-act plays as well as 2-act play and 3-act plays. But importantly, he was worldwide known through his play, that is The Playboy of the Western World. So that we shall study this play in our next video or in lecture. We will go with the brief introduction, or you can say the summary of this play. This is very interesting, very enjoying, and it arouses our curiosity. When we go through the play, we always eager to know now what will happen, and near the end we will also think how it can happen. It's not possible, it can never be. Such things that we will have with this play. So thank you very much, friends, and for now this is what we have discussed. We shall meet very soon with new things about this play. Till then, bye bye. Thank you very much. See you.